The mid-1990s was a time of change and turmoil. The excesses and slick pop sensibilities of the 80s music scene were being replaced by brooding, angry, and even fatalistic themes. The band eMotion Sickness may have held the record for most unpredictable and dysfunctional group of that era. Lead singer and frontman Moody Storm was the poster child for the angst-ridden Gen Xers and reveled in the attention.
Well, I can remember some of that time. I was really cranky, yeah, angry. I'm not really sure what I was angry about, but I do know that it controlled my behaviour. You know, eMotion Sickness was more than a great band. It was really the definition of who I was, who we were. We went through so many members during that time, and it was usually because somebody did something that got me really upset, and I ended up kicking them out of the band.
Like Pete Wurst, for example.
Well, yeah, that's a great example. Pete, as you know, was our drummer at the time, and well, needless to say, he had a bad habit of bringing these silly stuffed animals on stage with him, and it used to drive me nuts. I mean, here we are, you know, this full throttle rock band, and Pete had his collection of stuffed animals all around his drums. It was just, well, okay, one day I snapped. I couldn't take it anymore. It was right in the middle of one of our shows, and I got him staring at this stupid Beanie Baby, and he misses a cue. Well, I went berserk. I stormed off stage, and the band kept playing because, I mean, you know, what else are they going to do? I came back with a pistol and shot every one of Pete's stuffed animals and threatened to shoot him if he didn't get up and leave immediately. And, well, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Not in the least.
So the rumors were true. You threatened his life and fired him on the spot?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I finished out the show on drums, even though I'm not really a very skilled drummer, and it wasn't good. No, it wasn't good at all. Not in the least.
Now, you got into some legal trouble over that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, I got a suspended sentence. Had to do about 400 hours of community service, working at a factory that made stuffed animals. I actually considered jumping off the roof of that factory about halfway through. It was about 6 stories. It would have been all of me.
Well, we're all glad you didn't.
Yeah, it definitely would have been a tragic loss of a great talent for sure.
Tell us about the legendary blow-up you had with your girlfriend in the basement of the LA Forum, right before a show. How much of that is urban myth, and how much of that really occurred?
Well, I'm not really sure what you've heard, but...
The story I heard was that she was screaming at you because she caught you with another girl, and you told her she was a lousy screamer. Then you showed her one of your wild stage screams, and you followed her around for 6 hours, screaming at the top of your lungs, and that you missed the show because you were still...
Well, see, you know, that's not entirely accurate. No, what happened was right before sound check in the afternoon, before the evening's performance, about somewhere right around 4 p.m., my girlfriend was screaming at me, right? I hate you, Moody. I hate you, Moody. Over and over and over and over. Because she caught me in a compromising position with another girl. Now, that's all true. So I told her that my 90-year-old grandmother could scream better than she could. And yes, basically I chased her around screaming in her ears non-stop for nearly about 6 hours. She suffered significant and irreparable hearing loss as a result, and well, it wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't good at all. Not in the least.
So you actually did miss the performance?
Well, no. And that's the curious thing about the story, which I've heard various accounts of over the years. We actually did perform that night, but the concert started 2 hours late. It was nearly a riot, and by the time we went on, I'd screamed so long and so loudly that my voice was completely shot, and well, it wasn't good. wasn't good at all. Not in the least.
So do you attribute the band's demise to your inability to control your emotions, or?
Oh, without a doubt. It created massive problems for me and everyone around me. I'm a lot more under control now. I'm not perfect, but of course, as you know, we've got a brand new start here and a new tour with a new band.
So you're doing things a lot more bare bones these days, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, we used to have our own jet that we travelled in 4-star hotels and the whole 9 yards. Now we've got a little RV bus, but I think we're much healthier than we used to be. I know I am. It feels good to be off the crazy train, so to speak.
That's right. You're doing a cover of that great Ozzy Osbourne song on your new album, right?
Yeah, I love playing that song. It really reminds me of where I've been.
Well, thanks for letting us inside your world and behind the music of Emotion Sickness, the comeback album. We're thrilled to be here for your live performance at Northeast.
Well, you know, it's quite different playing for a place like Northeast, really. You know, after playing, I guess, Coliseums and the like. You know, it's a story for another time, but we actually got booked at a church by accident one time, very early on in our careers.
Really? I haven't heard that story. How did that go?
Well, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Not in the least. I'll just be going then. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ozzy Osbourne. I'm his biggest fan.
What the is going on in here?
Well,
what's the matter with you? You my song all up.
What are you talking about? I mean, we just rocked it out. We got like a standing ovation. It was
I know what you did, but you look at your band. You got Grandpa over here. And who's this? He's still right behind you. He's probably wearing knickers in grade school.
Well, I mean...
Here, this is for you. You probably need that.
What's the matter? You didn't like it?
No, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Not in the least.
Well, I mean, yeah, Ozzy, actually the...
What? No, listen, here's my problem. You didn't even do the introduction of the song right. You're like, aye!
Yeah, right, yeah.
And it's aye.
Well,
aye.
Right, but the reason I did it, you know, is to try, if you do like a cover song, it's the goes to kind of make it your own, right? I mean, to kind of give it a little bit more...
It's not yours, it's mine.
Right. Well, you know what? Actually, Ozzy, the reason I did that song is to let everyone know that, you know, I'm not on the crazy train anymore. But I've learned to really control my emotions.
I control my emotions too. I got these right here.
Right, you know, and I'm sure that works great for you, Ozzy. It looks like it's doing a great job. I can tell, you know, your show did really well, you know. Well, look, I tell you what, why don't you and I go back to the green room? You know, we can talk about it. It's green, you know, it's a room. We can go back there and mull it over a bit.
I'll talk about anything you want to talk about, as long as you will promise never to go, in my song, it's I.
All right, well, that's what I'll do. All right, let's talk it over.
Try it one time. No, it's I.
That's what I mean. It's like from the back of the throat. It's like like that.
Oh,
or is it like
I. Never mind. Let's get you.